All right, holy shit, that was hard. Cool guys, let's talk about angled shooting. So, yesterday we were doing some barricade shooting, and one of the guys had a really great question. He was asking about why he couldn't hit the target. He was using a red dot, and he was shooting on an angle. So we went from being straight up to completely sideways, 90 degrees. And he was asking me, like, Joe, why am I missing the target when I'm aiming? And this is why we were about 20 yards from the target, and with a handgun, that's a pretty significant distance. And so this is what was happening with shooting at an angle, like with a deviated angle. So when we sight in our weapon systems, right here we have our target. There's a big old circle back here. And so when we sight in, the blue line will represent our optic, and then the red line, or we'll use orange, will represent the path of the bullet. Now, the moment that that bullet leaves the gun, it's being pulled down by gravity. It doesn't come out and go up, it just literally goes straight and then immediately starts to get pulled in a downward direction. So if we did not have our sights zeroed in or cosine, then our sight would just go straight and then the bullet would go straight. So when we actually adjust our sights or our optics, what we're doing is we're actually creating an angle on the optic so that it is going to reach what we call point of aim, point of impact. So this is the point of aim and the orange is the point of impact. And so the goal here, if I was to really dramatize it, is it's going down where the bullet is also going down. So when we turn our weapon system, like shooting behind a barricade, for example, and when we take that and we turn it, what's happening is that this is no longer cosigned with one another. Your point of aim, point of impact is no longer going to be the same, because now if we take this circle here and we look through it, and here's our target off in the distance. If I'm on my side and I'm aiming, let's say, with my red dot reticle, I'm aiming right here. The moment that bullet comes out, remember, it's not going to meet the sight. It's just going straight and then starts to fall down immediately. And so what you're going to experience is something along the lines of an impact probably here. Why? Again, because we have, what, half of an inch or an inch distance, sometimes even more depending upon the type of gun that you have, of distance between the muzzle and the actual red dot. So that's the first reason why. That's why it's over here, because the red dot's here, but the impact's over here to the left. Then when we are shooting, so when the bullet leaves the barrel out the muzzle, it immediately starts what? Getting pulled down by gravity. And so essentially what we're looking at right here, ladies and gents, is if I was aiming like this. So you see the red dot and you see that point of impact equal to the muzzle. However, because gravity, it's going to begin to immediately pull that bullet down. So definitely want to be aware of this offset whenever we're shooting on an angle or whenever we happen to be shooting even upside down. Because when you're shooting upside down, it's actually going to make that offset a lot worse, because if I'm aiming like this, upside down, that means that my point of aim is now, let's say, dead center. Well, because it's already cosine to be compensating, so on a downward angle for that gravity, that means the point of impact is going to be even lower already because it's upside down. And so I'm already going to be shooting low because it's upside down, and the fact that it's cosigned for an upright position means that I'm going to be shooting it even further down low. And so I hope that helps you guys with any sort of angled shooting or barricaded shooting. And if you want more information on that, of course, you can reach out. And then we're getting ready now to launch our defensive pistol course, which I'm pretty excited for. It's not going to be a standard defensive pistol course. It's going to be some pretty elite shit. We're going to be doing a lot of shooting, minimum of 500 rounds, a long day of just running back and forth, getting the heart rate up, testing our skill sets with that speed shooting. So hit us up and check us out at JoeMaloneTraining.com if you want to join. We're out in New Lenox, suburb of Chicago, and we're going to get ready to launch that one. I think October 26th is going to be the first course that we do, so registration is now open for that. All right, ladies and gents, I hope that helps you guys understand a little bit about angle shooting. And just remember that with a rifle, it's exacerbated even worse, because the further you are, then the greater that's going to be. And then, of course, optics usually sit higher on a rifle, so that offset's going to be a little bit more dramatic as well. All right, everyone, take care.